What's up?
Her?
Hello. Hold on a second. Microphone. Boop. Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can't hear Steven.
Ah. You should be able to hear me. Hold on. Can you hear me now? Hello. 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 I'm just on here by myself. Hey, can you guys hear me now? Boop, boop, boop. Okay, that seems to work. Trying to get through. I had to rebuild my computer yesterday, so y'all are beta testing with me. Did it work? I don't know. Everything, let's see. Let's do this. Can you hear me now?
Yay!
Oh, okay, good. There was just some shenanigans.
Okay. I was like, I could hear it ringing.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal was. All right, I'm checking something out here.
Okay. I'm gonna
Alright, for one
post
thing.
to the tweeters.
We want this is one mono recording. Let's check
Good.
checking our levels here.
Levels!
Okay, you look good. You look good. Now I just got to get me to look good. And if you'll bear with me a moment. Okay. I just got you taking a big old fat selfie. Alright, doop. Doop. Alright, in order to maintain your half-hour power, are we super quiet? Dude, I'm sorry. Okay, hold on.
No, so I was able to shove 5 minutes worth of food into my mouth, so I can hang tight for a minute or two.
Well, it might be a half-hour power of anyway because I only got 2 stories.
Okay. Well, it's not like talk excessively.
Oh yeah, we're fine. Sub, if we're quiet, I don't know how because I'm looking at the mixer says we're super loud, or the OBS says we're super loud. But if you say we're quiet, then I have things I need to explore.
Did you tell everybody that your thing exploded?
Oh yeah, it sounds way worse when you say it like that. But yes, my thing exploded.
Well, what's the part about now?
It was so bad. It was so bad. It all died yesterday.
I ate pickles.
Boop boop boop. I don't know,
Pickles
man.
and hummus.
You had pickles and hummus?
Well, not together. But I mean, they were in the same meal. They just weren't the same bite.
Please
Please
oh,
sing the song.
Oh,
What
geez.
song?
He sent me an amazingly brilliant Your Computer Broke song to the theme of Bye Bye. The Day the Music Died by Don Henley. Let's see if I can find an instrumental. No one wants to hear me sing.
I want to hear you sing.
No, Don Henley. Day the Music Died. Sub, are we still super quiet? You're my only, you're the only thing I got to tell me whether we sound good or bad.
Da,
So I need you, is what I'm trying to say.
da. Sub is like so ready to do Wildtober. And
Oh,
I'm
there's
just
a
like,
wow. There's a Wowtober.
Yes. He's like got our bags ready and everything.
Oh, are you so you guys are gonna play?
Bravo!
You guys are gonna play some WoW?
Yeah. Oh God, Arrow! Shut your mouth! I literally just repainted this. Like that's what I was doing up until 5 seconds before this was we were repainting it so it wouldn't be baby blue.
Don McLean, thank you.
It's like oh, you're a bad man, Arrow. Bad.
So they have a piano track? Let's see what this sounds like. Oh, I can't. No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. I can't sing that song.
Bye, bye.
Bye, bye. Wait, no. So he's got the whole deal a long, long time ago in a galaxy far away.
You have to do it.
What? No, I can't. I'm not. For the safety of everyone around, I'm going to have to say no.
You should like read it like the poetry, like those people that get up and like do.
Oh, I just need a beat.
Yes,
I need somebody to hit bongos every few seconds, every stanza.
Yes.
And then everybody can. So it's gonna like you can't help but kind of fall into it. A long, long time ago, I can still remember how my computer used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people laugh, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But October made me shiver with every reboot I'd endeavor. Bad news on the BIOS, I couldn't take another failure. I can't remember if I cried when I read about how my machine fried. Something touched me deep inside the day my hard drive died. So I started singing. Bye-bye to my trusty hard drive. Check the BIOS. I could do. Bye-bye to my trusty hard drive. Check the BIOS to detect it, but the hard drive had died. And them good old files are not crucified. And I'm singing, this'll be the day that it dies. This'll be the day that it dies. Bow, 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 bow.
That's amazing.
I can't believe he wrote it. It's beautiful.
I want to like laugh and cry at the same time because Arrow's like, no, it's even like paint. Oh wait,
your paint looks green from this on the left, and it looks blue in the back. I don't know what you're doing. I like the paint the first time. You're the one's upset about it.
The house is possessed. Okay, let's just go with that.
You've got 4 walls with varied lighting on all sides. You're not gonna find a color that looks good everywhere. You just have to find the one that looks good. You hang on to that. You never let that go. You hear me? Never.
I love it.
All right, let's do this show. So I got you. Okay. I got this. I got this. I think everything works. I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Okay.
So how do I intro the show today? How do I do it? I don't know. All right, here we go. I got it. We're going to be fine. Oh, I should bring up Audacity and actually record something.
Hey, remember the days when we would not record the show? And then we'd have to do it over and over and over. Remember the one we had to do 3 times?
Oh gosh, because the files got corrupted or something. It was some bad thing that happened.
It was awful. That like made my eye twitch just saying it.
Oh, it's so bad. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What do I say? Oh wait, hold on. I drew a blank. I'm having stage fright.
Do a Sherwin-Williams "Our Paint Sucks" commercial.
I can't do that on the fly. Let's just do this. Tonight on the show, we've got 2. Why am I hearing myself? Hold on. Blah 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 blah. Tonight on the show. Oh, hold on a second. Blah 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 blah. What is that?
It's a baby Groot.
Hold on. No. I can hear myself. Blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Okay, that worked. Oh, you know what? I think it's hearing. I've got multiple tracks going. I think I just had it up just high enough to hear myself saying words. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Tonight on the show, we only got 2 stories, but they're good ones. We got an important message from the stars, and stick a needle in my eye? Hey man, it's time for Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, episode 397 for October 5th, 2017. I hate painting. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, the show that brings you the latest and greatest and odd and crazy news from all over the planet. I am your host, Steven, joined as always by the covered in paint, the well-lit today, though. Man, those lights are really doing a job. Smashy!
Did you see my shirt?
Did I see your shirt? I don't think so.
This is some super bad noises, but look at this. Hold on. Oh.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're pretty covered. I've never got that covered in paint when I was painting before.
It's bad.
You have me beaten.
It's bad.
You have me beaten by a lot, actually.
A rogue Jacob appears.
Is he wandering around in there? Are we
He's
joined?
outside.
Oh, is he drinking a scotch and smoking a cigar and listening to the show?
Yes.
Good, because he should be. That's his job.
I told him, I was like, you need to start inviting Rob over so Rob can, like, smoke his pipe. Wow, that sounds.
You had a big wooden board pass behind you. That was pretty awesome.
Smoke his pipe.
That would be great. I would be down for that. I would be down for them just sitting in the background, smoking a pipe and drinking scotch while you sit in the foreground and we don't acknowledge them at all.
That would be so amazing.
That would be great.
That would make me happy.
That would be perfect. So, man, welcome back to the show. It's episode 397. We are so happy to see you here today. This week has been jam-packed with awesomeness, right, Smash? For you, you've moved into your house?
Oh, I'm like, define.
You're like, no, I hate everything. Why are you even talking? So we've both got stories. We've both had you know, to avoid being too crazy about, or not too crazy, to avoid talking too much about all the things, we've had our own few bits of tragedy.
I have no idea what you just did.
So okay, so let me
about the things.
Let me get real with you for a second. So let me get real with you. Bad stuff happened this week. So in light of bad stuff happening all over the world this week, I'm sitting there with a dead hard drive, and I'm trying not to make it seem like my dead hard drive is like the end of the world, and that you having to paint is not the end of the world, because the end of the world is a lot bigger than that, and it happened this week. So that's where I'm trying to go. I'm like, I can't say it's a tragedy because that makes me sound insensitive, but I also can't. I don't want to dwell on it because this is a comedy show, and
let's just acknowledge that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of grieving people out there right now, and let's send prayers or happy vibes or whatever you want to do to make you feel awesome and make others around you feel awesome. Send that out there and be awesome and
hug a person. That's what I told everybody to do.
Yeah.
Hug a person. We said that on Anchor. But anyway, so yes. So barring the things that are obviously terrible and me and Ashley have addressed in some way or another over the Twitters or wherever, I had a tragedy of my own yesterday, and that was my hard drive failing in the middle of the day. 11 o'clock, I've got this solid state drive I've had for probably 5 years, and about 2 months ago, I had this inkling. I'm like, these drives are getting older. They're getting older, and they're going to go, and I don't expect it, so I'm going to start backing stuff up. So what did I do? I set up a backup. You thought I was going to say, what did I do? Ignored that feeling. But I didn't. I had a backup. I just had to go to Best Buy, plunk down a bunch of money I didn't want to spend on a new SSD. I got stood back up in about 5 hours of really cranking on this thing. But the one thing, Smash, there's one thing that I forgot. There's one thing that got away from me.
What's that?
All of the OBS overlays for the live show. All of them.
Not OBS.
Not so. And the thing is, it's not the images. The images were fine. They were stored safely on Dropbox where they needed to be. However, The actual stages, all the layouts, how I've positioned everything, all those settings were gone because OBS stores their stuff in C program files, OBS, and that's the stuff that Windows by default does not back up, is everything in C program files. It backs up everything in your documents, in your home directory, and anything else you want, but what it doesn't back up is C program files. So if you had games, software that stored its critical functions in those folders, it's gone.
I know you're trying to communicate with me. I know you're trying desperately to say things that I understand.
Yeah,
and I
was.
know what you're saying is a language that I might...
Sorry, let me lay it down for you. So the problem I had, my pooter fell apart, and I had to go get me one of them hard disks and put it back in there. And what I did, I put on that Windows, and then I got everything back. It was pretty good. Didn't take me too long at all. There we go. How's that?
That was amazing.
Was that better?
You're like, you stick the C files in the D files, and the D files don't talk to the C files because they've been at war for a couple years, and then you got those E files, those sneaky bastards, and you never talk to the E files with the C files and the D files, and then you got microwaves, and the microwave OBS, like, you stick all your stuff in the microwave, but if you're not careful, it'll fall out the back, like one of those elevators that open from the backside, and that's where you get the A file.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you explained it really well just then. I mean, that's basically what happens. It's pretty spot on. I'll give that to you. So
that was amazing.
But so anyway, long story short, or long story long. I hate when people say it. Drives me nuts. Like, you're making it longer with your words, which I'm doing right now. I ended up.
We make everything longer.
I know.
With our words.
I started with 128 gigs. It died. Now I've got 500. So I moved all of the games that wouldn't fit on that 128 gig one from my big old fat slow drive to the new one. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. Me and Stephanie played Divinity Original Sin 2 the other night, Wednesday night, and it loaded quick. Divinder Origin Souls.
Yes.
What'd you call it?
Divinder 2.
Divinder 2, the Origin Souls. Divinder 2 Origin Souls.
Ultimate Souls.
Ultimate Souls, and Divinder will eat your souls. Divinder, the Swedish T-Rex, will eat your soul. I actually don't know what he is.
I'm trying to get Steven to say that around people. Like, every time we're around people, I'm like, oh my God, Steven has this puppet, and he does this amazing voice. You have to hear it. And Steven just looks at me and goes, I am not a jukebox. And he, like, turns his face and walks away, and and everybody's looking at me like, well, I'd really like to hear that. I'm like, so would I.
You know, you can't, if Jim Henson's walking, I mean, Jim Henson's dead, but if Jim Henson's walking down the street and you're like, do Kermit, he's like, what do you mean Kermit's not here? I don't know what you're trying to say. So what I'm saying is,
Puppet Master.
Devinder isn't here. Devinder's in a box at home, and if he's not here, I don't understand how you think he can just speak. What are you talking about? How does that work?
So there was like, when we were at Dragon Con, and we were like talking the stuffed animal people, and they were like talking about puppets, and I'm like, dude, you don't even understand. Like, this guy, and Steven's like, I don't feel like doing a puppet now. Okay, bye.
Yep, I was like, peace out.
I'm having Dragon Con withdrawal, like secondary Dragon Con withdrawal.
Yeah, it was fun. That was a good time. You want to know something that really ticks me off? Next year at Dragon Con, Scott Johnson and Brian Ibbett of The Morning Stream are going to be there. Those are no, I can't go again. I can't do that. Like, it's just not going to happen. But I was like, dag nabbit, Scott Johnson, Brian Ibbett, I want to meet you guys. Now you're going. Darn, they're my podcast heroes. If you are listening and you're not a fan, you should be. The Morning Stream, one of my favorite podcasts ever. It's the only one I listen to every day consistently.
Really?
Yeah, except for Friday, because they don't do one on Friday.
Don't they do something for WoW too?
Yeah, they do the Instance. That was the one that kind of kicked off everything. Now they do a bunch of shows. Film Sack is one of my favorites. I love those guys.
Just the word sack, like, there's not a lot of words that I dislike, and I don't dislike sack. That was so many negatives. I just, every time someone says sack, all I can think of is hairy balls.
You think of balls. Well, it's kind of what it is. I mean, Film Sack reviews movies that are not necessarily the most popular, or if they were, they're not grand movies.
Yeah.
Like they just reviewed Stephen King's Dreamcatcher.
Oh, I forgot about that turd sandwich.
Yeah, so that's kind of how they explained it, was turd sandwich.
Steven, did you ever see Black Swan?
Yes, I saw Black Swan.
What did you think about Black Swan?
It was heavy. I liked it. It had me and Stephanie talking on the way home. So it was one of those thinking movies. Is your gallbladder falling out? Are you okay?
No, my foot got hooked on the thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's my gallbladder's already fallen out. So.
If it just right there, you're like, oh darn, gallbladder gone.
They're like, oh, you have Cherokee DNA. Just crap it right out there.
Oh, that's good. I mean, you know what? Stephanie dodged a bullet. Thanks for taking that for her.
Yeah.
You apparently have more Cherokee DNA.
It's the hump nose. Gets you every time.
The hump does know, indeed.
You're such a funny person. I like you.
the hump nose.
So Black Swan was directed by a guy that you probably know because you're weird, but I can't think of the name.
Darren Aronofsky.
How the shit?
He also directed such wonderful movies as Requiem for a Dream, Noah, and the recent movie Mother! Exclamation point.
That's where I was gonna get.
Did you watch it?
I kind of want to see that. So
you would like it. Everyone else hates it.
That's what I was thinking. So so I looked it up. I'm like, what the hell is this about? And like, I know that particular director is like really stuck on like Christianity, like overtones. And so I know the spoiler. I know what it's about. Yeah, but I really want to watch it because everybody's talking about
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yep. Like popping ribs left and right, hyperventilating because she got so into character. And like, I kind of really, I want to see it, but at the same time, I'm just like, this got an F.
Yeah, and they don't give those a lot.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, I Black Swan was true. But again, I knew what Black Swan was about because I think it was Swizzard ended up telling me. No, he wouldn't have spoiled it. He would have been annoying and not told me. Anyway, I found out.
Stephanie probably told you because she spoils things for you. You guys spoil things for each other all the time. You're ridiculous.
I need to know things going in so I can catch stuff.
So you say that, but then you're the first person to be like, I only watched the first teaser of any movie ever, and I don't want anything to be told to me. And then you're like, oh, you saw that movie before I did? What's it got in it? What's going on? What's the ending? What do the characters do? How many fights are there? Are there swear words? Did anybody show their boobs in this movie? When the intro happens, like, talk to me about give me the Cliff Notes on the whole thing. I don't watch trailers though, so don't show me the trailer. But if you could just write a novelization for me, I'll read that.
Like, if you could just give me a quick Cliff Notes, that'd be great.
Yeah, you can just tell me everything about it, but don't show me a trailer. That would be cool.
So for certain movies, I don't like for Blade Runner. I'm just like, I don't want to know any, because apparently, if it's anything, it's visually stunning. Like,
oh yeah,
the visuals are the new Blade Runner. So I'm like, I don't want to see all the visuals in the trailer. I don't really care if I know what it's about. I just don't want to, like. So there's certain, like Wonder Woman. Oh my God, Wonder Woman was so good because I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't have a clue.
Yeah, so it was just like all the I didn't get to see any of the fight scenes or any, because they always clip like the best stuff because they're desperately wanting. So trailers are prostitutes, right? You see every inch of that chick that she's standing on the road. She's got her boobs hanging out, like with her, like the top half of her areola is popping out of her see-through bra, and she's like got her legs spread so you can see that she's got like a landing strip shaved, and like,
oh my gosh, you really love going downtown.
Her bondage wears, if that's what she's into. Like, so you get her to the bedroom and you're like, why am I paying for this? I already saw all the best bits. Okay, bye. That's what a trailer is.
Okay, the trailer is a hooker.
Or
a trailer is a prostitute, and the movie is what? The
The anticlimactical climax.
This is I've never heard movies described like this, but I'm totally okay. I'm totally okay with it. It works.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
I should anchor that tomorrow.
You should. I haven't anchored today either. I'm trying to put out stuff all the time. Did you? Good, because I'm trying to put out a bunch of stuff. Mondays are pretty good for me, and then okay. So here's the thing. I know we're not doing the factoid yet, and we're just jibber jabber. Welcome to Horseshoes and Hand Grenades.
This is our half hour.
This is normal. Yeah, I know. I told you I was gonna let you go. So the Google Pixel 2 was announced yesterday, the new phone, and I was like, "Oh, that'd be perfect for me to to do an anchors thing for, because it's like techie nerd dork thing." I was like, I could do that, and then I started reading about it. I was like, I am not remotely interested in this device.
Really?
I wasn't remotely interested in the iPhone 8 or the iPhone 10. Then I sat there and I did some self-exploration for a minute, and I was like, I don't care about gadgets anymore. Like, as a human, I don't care. I don't care about phones. No. I don't care about phones.
You stop caring and I stop caring because you're my gadget guy. Like,
I don't care. I don't care, at all. I'm excited. I think the Pixel 2 is nice, but at this point, really, who cares what processor's in there? We all know that the pictures are going to be quote unquote better than ever. It's all your photo storage is free because you're sending it to Google, and your photos don't take up any storage on your phone anymore, which we knew that's old news. They did that on the Pixel 1. Then they're like, AI, and they're just waving their hands and rainbows are coming out. And you're like, that's cool. Okay, maybe I'm just becoming a Luddite in my old age, but I think since I've become a dad, I'm just like, F technology. Ain't nobody got time for that. And so now I just talk on the internet, and that's where I get my joy, and I play video games that I'm like, okay, this is fun. Video games has actually got me more interested and excited than any gadget in probably the last 2 years, which is strange for me. It's a weird feeling.
I have a question, though.
Yeah.
So me too. I'm gonna make a comparison, a metaphor, if you will. So, do you remember back when video games first came out and they were like super pixels? Var, I love you.
Like Mario, like Super Mario Brothers?
So let's go with Tomb Raider. Let's go with Lara Croft's boobs.
Well, that wasn't video games first came out, but I'll give it to you.
Okay, so we're gonna go with Lara Croft.
You mean the parking boobs. Cones?
Yes. So you got some Minecraft boobies on this chick, right?
Yeah, they were pretty. They're pretty intense.
I mean, you could have a picnic on top of them, and your wine would not spill off.
That character was like 18 polygons.
Yes, exactly. So you've got your little polygons, right? You've got 4 of them, and so the next one comes out, and you've got 8 of them, and suddenly her boobs look significantly better. You're like, holy crap!
Yeah,
I could motorboat those in my imagination. So the next one comes out and they double it again, and it starts looking better and better and better. But then you reach this point where you can't tell the difference between her polygonally sharpened boobs anymore, because it's reached the tipping scale, right?
You're at the uncanny valley, yeah.
Yeah, it looks good either way.
Right. To go any further, you would actually make it creepy because it would almost be too real.
Right. It's just it's so infinitesimally smally different. Is that where we've gotten with technology? Everybody's doing the same thing. So quickly that you've pretty much already had it on a software update. And so there's nothing really terribly innovative happening right now that we can get our teeth into.
Right. Yes. I think that's really, I think you might be onto something. I think about Jurassic Park or Jurassic World. That was kind of a metaphor for where we're at now. People are I'm so bored of dinosaurs. We've seen dinosaurs, whatever. And they're like, we'll make a bigger dinosaur. And we're like, still a freaking dinosaur. We'll make a crazy big dinosaur. And that's what Apple's doing. They're like, we'll make another phone with more screen. That'll get them. That'll reinvigorate the whole industry. And everybody looks at it and they're like, yeah, that's a phone with a screen on it. I have 18 of those. Samsung did it. That's what everybody's like. Samsung had that already. Like, we don't freaking care. Yeah. Your phone has become a thing that's just so normal. You need another killer thing. You know, you need like that new app that goes, oh my gosh, this is gonna blow people away.
Yeah. And we're not getting that right now. Like, we're getting like recycled. And I mean, I know this has been beaten to death, but Apple, like Apple used to be the innovator. That used to be the stuff. Like, you would come to me, you'd be like all excited, you'd be like, I know you're not, I'm going to understand half of this, but look at all the stuff that this can do. It's amazing and it's fantastic. And now it's like, guys, the iPhone 8 has a bigger screen.
Yeah, bigger screen. Look out. Oh my gosh. I can see more text.
Right? Like, okay.
My Instagram photos are bigger now. Like, it's so stupid. I just don't get it.
Yeah, it's just like, it's to the point where not, like, I don't know, and I don't know if we're not, like, we've gotten to the point where we're unimpressible. Is that a word? Unimpressible.
Yeah.
Millennials.
It is difficult to impress us. Is that what you would say?
Word for that. Let's see. English, it's the thesaurus. Impressible. Impressive.
Maybe. I think
we're I don't know. It says it mediocre. That's not the word I was after. We are mediocre, Stephen.
We are. Yeah, we are. Maybe that's what it is.
But yeah, so I was just like, just stuff. Like, I think when we were growing up, we were at an age where just stuff was going by leaps and bounds, and like, oh my gosh, we used to have this Nintendo, and now we have this GameCube, and it's on a disc.
It's amazing, dude. Like, Nintendo to Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
What?
Like, huge leaps. And now it's like, so we've given you 3 millimeters extra room. Instead of unlocking it with your thumb, you unlock it with your face.
Yeah, which is slow.
So it's like, I could pay $1,500 for your 5 millimeter bigger screen, or I could keep what I have and have it pretty much do essentially the same thing.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. So anyway, I got into all that because I was just trying to anchor and then just lost interest in all technology ever. So I was sitting there thinking, like, maybe I shouldn't try to do the technology on the anchor thing. Maybe we should just quit that part, unless you want to do technology.
Oh my God, Ashley does tech. I would have so many nerd boys screaming at me, telling me to go back to my hole. And
you'd either have that or the complete opposite.
I can help you to understand the technologies.
I want you to use those kinds of words. I can help you understand technologies.
Ashley does technologies. For today's technologies fact.
Oh, no. Don't do that. That would hurt. That would be terrible.
Did you know? Okay. We should probably do a factoid or something. I always say,
but this is
30 minutes.
This was a fun trip down everybody is bored of everything lane.
Except paint.
You're doing enough of that. Let's do the factoid. Alfred P. Southwick, a steamboat engineer, a dentist, and inventor, is credited with the invention of the electric chair as a means of execution. That's who built that thing, Alfred P. Southwick. On August, this is the fun thing, though. I like this. This makes him seem very sadistic. I mean, as if the electric chair invention wasn't. On August 6th, 1890, William Kemmler was executed by electrocution. Southwick was present and is reported to have said, "There is the culmination of 10 years' work and study. We live in a higher civilization from this day."
What? We killed somebody with electricity. Yeah. We're better for it.
He saw somebody get killed by an electric shock and determined that was pretty awesome and could potentially be used as a way to more humanely kill people. Because he was bothered by hanging. Hanging was what we did until this came along.
So I will say this for hanging. A lot of the time it would just snap the person's neck.
Yeah.
I mean, if it didn't, it took them 20 minutes to suffocate to death. But I'm like, do I want to be choked to death? or do I want my brain to slowly fry over a 10-minute period?
So both of those things seem like bad options. Really, if you have to take
Oh.
something, I think the lethal injection thing is a pretty decent way to go out. Like, if you're going to have to, you know.
What happened to the firing squad? Like, give me a cigarette or an apple and, like,
Well, I don't want to be
blindfold me
shot to death. What if they have terrible aim and I'm just bleeding everywhere and I'm not
everybody,
dead?
like, aims for your head.
What if they all aim for your nuts?
Well, then they're dicks.
You have like 3 guys aim for your head and the other 4 are just like, I'm going to take his balls off. Guess it depends on how bad they hate you. But like the lethal injection thing, I mean, let's not get into whether the death penalty is right or wrong. I'm just talking about technical things. You basically fall asleep and then you don't wake up again.
That's VAR makes something like I've wondered about before if they mess with it.
Oh, they mess with the formula? Who's they?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's a pretty broad stroke on that one.
In a novel world, you could say, "Oh, I got revenge on the person who killed my sister and made him die slowly."
Yeah, that's probably true.
But yeah, again, who's they? Like, who prepares the medicine? Like, do you need to know chemistry to do this, or?
Yeah. Now I've seen The Green Mile. That homie didn't wet that sponge, and he killed that man with fire.
Yeah.
That was
I don't
wrong.
know. It's just like there are ways. If again, not arguing for or against the death penalty, just say it exists. So
yeah,
if we're going to use the death penalty as a means of, and it's not supposed to be punishment, right? It's just this is the consequence for whatever action.
Yeah.
But it can't be cruel or unusual. I'm just like, freaking guillotine my ass. Like, whoosh.
Oh, that would be cool. Like, then your head's gone, and that, I mean, you're dead.
Yeah, like, you can't really botch that unless you go
dull blade.
The blade. Yeah, and I mean, how many times do you guillotine somebody?
I guess it's kind of gross. And they used to do those in public. Because that was people have always been sick. People have always been sick, Smash.
Yeah.
Like, we look at the world today and we're like, these kids with the video games playing their shoot 'em up, bang 'em up, whatever. They're sadistic and messed up. I'm like, we literally put people in a coliseum and had them fight lions.
Yeah.
And there were hordes of people watching. It was like football to them. We've always been pretty jacked up because that's always been a form of entertainment until pro football. And then we stopped doing those things.
And now we just watch people concuss themselves. Wait,
yeah.
When we were at the Count, like, they were in Venice maybe, and they were watching like public executions. Like, that was just...
It's normal.
Yeah. I'm like,
you gonna go to the execution today? Oh, sure.
Yeah, it's something you took your kids to and you had festivals around. I'm just like,
They're killing the people today. Let's go.
Like, whether or not someone deserves to die, I don't know that if somebody hurt somebody in my family that I would want to go watch them die.
No,
I don't know.
That's not in me. I'm not that kind of person. And it's not to say anything negative about those kind of people, because I'm sure it's very cathartic for some.
Sure.
But for me, I think that's one of those things you just put behind you. You know, you find some way in your heart to not. You don't have to like love them to death, but just like happened. It's gone. I'm done. I'm sitting it aside. That guy's gonna rot, and that's enough for me. I'll move on.
The only thing that I can say that would make, like, if somebody hurt Stephanie, the only way I would feel better about watching someone die is if I could, like, rip them apart myself. And watching someone get injected and just, like, pass out like a freaking cat, I'm going to be like, great. Now, like, somebody in my life is gone, and then I watch someone die.
Yeah.
I'm better now. No.
I'd like to see, you know what I want? I want Kali Ma. I want Temple of Doom.
Like, that's the only way I'm gonna go watch someone die.
And you throw it on the ground, you punt it. That's what I'm talking about. Small town news. We have an important message from the stars in Casper, Wyoming. You guys better listen up because this is a big one. Police say a central Wyoming man they arrested for public intoxication claimed he had traveled back in time to warn of an alien invasion.
Wait,
So,
what?
as far as I'm concerned, the police are causing some issues for this guy who just wants to save us all. Casper police say the man they encountered at 10:30 p.m. Monday claimed he was from the year 2048. KTWO AM in Casper. It's a good radio station. K12.
K12 AM.
K2? K12 AM. Yeah. K2. Oh, they could say K2. TWO is also 2. That's how you spell that. Did you know that, Smash? That you could say KTWO or you could also say K2? You could say that.
Like, doesn't that spell too? Like, did I miss something?
They're all caps. Therefore, you have to say K2. Did I say K2? I did.
You totally did. You forgot how to read.
It's like K2. It doesn't look like a
I'm
word.
not looking at the notes, so I'm listening to it, and my brain's like, wait a minute.
K2.
Okay, I can see how.
Yeah, when you look at the notes, don't be hating on me. K2 and Casper reports that the man told police that he wanted to warn the people of Casper that aliens will arrive next year and that they should leave as soon as possible. He has to speak to the president of the town, about 170 miles northwest of Cheyenne. Has to speak to the president of the town. That's awesome. Thanks for the bits, sub. You the best. I love the bits. You're awesome.
Andy likes my walls.
Andy liked the walls.
Arrow. Epic fight. Ready, go.
The man told police he was only able to time travel because aliens filled his body with alcohol. He noted that he was supposed to be transported to year 2018, not this year.
Wait, so he was okay. No, please, can you read that again?
The aliens, the whole thing or the last sentence?
Like just all of it.
Yeah. So he's drunk. He's arrested. He said he traveled back in time to warn us of an alien invasion. The aliens filled his body with alcohol. That's why he appeared to be intoxicated. But he wasn't even supposed to be here this year. He's supposed to be transported to 2018.
So did we pump him for information on the alien invasion?
I don't have any information about that. All I have, I mean, it's public. You'd think they would keep it quiet if there was a credible threat here. The Men in Black would swoop in. They'd flash everybody with their laser flashes, not with their boobs. And they'd be like, pew, pew. And then everybody would be good. And then we'd know that it was coming and we could handle it. Maybe they do take him seriously. I don't know.
So the alien sent him back in time, but if he came back in time to warn of an alien invasion, like, why would they send him back in time?
Why would the aliens send it? Maybe it's a rival alien tribe. Maybe it's aliens from Andromeda versus aliens from Caspian, whatever. I don't know, space.
Caspian 4. Caspian TWO.
Maybe from Tatooine. The aliens from Tatooine versus the aliens from Corellia. They're like, go tell the Earth people that they need to be ready. And they're like, here, have all this Corellian ale. And then they fill him up and they transport him.
What was the Carbango juice in Battlefield Earth?
I didn't watch Battlefield Earth.
I read the book.
Oh, you read the 9 million page book.
It is. I'm not talking about like porn star huge.
It's a massive book. Yeah.
It's so big.
Yeah. And, are you a Scientologist now?
No. But I can see. So, I know the guy is like, he's creative and awesome, and everybody's like, oh my God, he's insane. But like, I get why you wouldn't want someone screwing around in your head. Yeah. You know, like.
I don't understand. I don't know enough about where we're at right now.
To
have this conversation.
Okay. Steven's like, when you like do the like squinty eye thing, you're like, I'm uncomfortable or I don't understand. Please move along.
I was trying to see what being inside your head had to do with Battlefield Earth, but I guess the Scientologists are all like no psychology kind of thing, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's why the bad guys are called cyclones.
Oh. Now I understand.
And they're from Cyclo.
Right.
They're bad.
So they're the psychiatrists. They're really just coming to be like, we just want to help you with your feelings. But okay, if not, that's cool. I don't know. John Travolta was the dude with the dreadlocks, right?
Yes.
He's a cyclo fiend, cyclo Bob, cyclone.
Can someone please, like, one of our creative followers make some sort of story / art rendering / musical rendition of Cyclo Bob?
Of Cyclo Bob.
Yeah.
He's just here to help you with your feelings.
Yeah. Actually, if you guys could just get together and somebody draw him, somebody write his own theme music, and somebody write a little story about him, that would probably be
I've already done my Inktober for the day, or I would have been on that.
Cyclo Bob. I'm excited for NaNoWriMo.
No, you're not.
I am.
No, you're not.
That means like I'll be settled and like I can actually be on my computer somewhere comfortable and like have the launch pad.
And I can browse the internet there while I'm supposed to be writing.
Yes.
Yes.
You suck. I actually don't have an issue browsing the internet when I'm supposed to be writing. I have an issue going, I need to make dinner. I need to wash dishes because I'm home, right? And so everything around me that I would normally do like after you get home from work is there. So
you can
browsing the internet isn't my issue.
You can go to IHOP and drink a coffee.
Did you know that in Raleigh there's a place that they have set up? It's like a commons area that apparently is paid for. I have paid,
where I live or where I work.
Somewhere
downtown?
around there. I think it's like RTP somewhere.
There's a really good coffee place called the Morning Times. They have sandwiches and stuff and coffee.
Well, it's not a food place. Like people actually go there to use it as a workspace.
What? I haven't seen this.
I forget what it's called. McFly, whenever it is that you hear this, I don't know what the delay is, type it in there because it's like you can just go and set up. It's like a library, but a workspace.
Really? Oh, American Underground? No, that's not the American Underground. That's a place where they have like office space so you can create your new Silicon Valley super nerd idea.
Frontier.
I don't even know about this.
Yeah. Maybe he'll give us some more information. I'm assuming he's PvPing for Dungeon Boss because Dungeon Boss is having Guild Wars right now and it's like all PvP. So everybody in Dungeon Boss is like, freaking PvP bullshit.
Oh, it's not in Raleigh. It's just in the Triangle. The Frontier Research RTP centrally located spot to plug in, collaborate, and plan your next big move. Yeah, this is like American Underground.
Okay.
This is the same thing. You just walk in and you just go, hey, I got big ideas. Y'all got big ideas? And y'all go, yeah. And then you try to do something. But yeah, it's American Underground. I think it's by the same people.
Joey. So I think Jacob, once we get the Launchpad back up, we'll start streaming Dungeon Boss. But I have not played in a year. Has it been a year?
It's been a minute.
It's been a while. Like my account's still active, but I just lost complete interest. It got hard.
Got more challenging.
It started taking up too much time that I wanted to donate to Zelda.
Oh, Zelda, we beat it. It's good.
So pretty.
I want to switch. Smash, I want to switch.
See? You are interested in technology. Chris rubs his stupid Switch in my face every day.
That sounds uncomfortable.
It does.
Quit rubbing your Switch on my face. So I didn't want one and I wasn't interested. And then Mario Odyssey hit or is gonna hit, and they've got the Mario Odyssey bundle, and that game looks fun. And then Stardew Valley.
For it.
Oh, Stardew Valley is on it. And
with your Stardew Valley. Okay, so I need someone besides Steven to call in, to leave a message on Anchor, call Skype, whatever. Let me know why farming on your iPad is so much fun, or farming
on your iPad, man. It's on your PC or your
GameCube. Animal Crossing.
See, Sub loves Stardew Valley. Me and Sub know what's up.
Why? I remember Landon was like, you have to get Animal Crossing. It's going to be so awesome. And like, I got it. And I'm like,
Animal Crossing. It's good for
you.
you.
Do?
Sub says I will go to war for it. That's amazing. Don't badmouth Stardew Valley or he'll be up your butt. Be like, I'm gonna crush you. Stardew Valley, no, but seriously. So just Stardew Valley, if you're not familiar with it, if you don't care about video games, just block us out for a minute. But it is a farming RPG type deal. Like you You farm, you go through the seasons, you grow plants, you interact with the people in the town, you go to festivals, you get married, you have children, they work the farm with you. It sounds way less fun than it is, and it's incredible. So on my top 5 games, Smash, I made a top 5 game list, and it's unlike anybody else's top 5 game list.
Because it has Stardew Valley on it.
No, Stardew Valley's not on it. So my top 5 game list is totally based on like point in time in my life, enjoyment level I had with it, like in memories. So
I like that.
Yeah, so in no particular order, I've got Grim Fandango.
Okay.
I've got Super Mario Sunshine. You know why that's on the top 5. That's my first date with Stephanie ever, was to come over to her house and play Super Mario Sunshine. And it's also why Ashley calls me Shine.
Yay!
So that's that
the
game.
Bringer of Shine.
That game's at the tops. Mass Effect 2, which was amazing to me. Harvest Moon 64. No one's got that on their top 5 list. Nobody. But me and Landon played that game for months.
I did not understand why Landon had that game. I did not understand why you had that game.
For months, we would talk about it.
Piggies?
Yeah, that was where you had the cows and the chickens, and you fed the chickens and the cows, and you could get a greenhouse, and you had to get all the wood so you could build the add-ons to your house. It was Minecraft before Minecraft was a thing. So that is the inspiration for Stardew Valley. That's why I love Stardew Valley so much. Harvest Moon 64 is on my top 5 game list ever. And then the 5th one was Skyrim, because that game I just could pick up and just play forever. Loved it. Top 5.
Wait, which one was Skyrim?
The latest Elder Scrolls.
Okay, I was like, you say Morrowind, and I'm like brown, and then Skyrim was
white.
Wait, what was the one
gray.
After Morrowind?
Oblivion. Yeah, I didn't like that one.
Yeah, Morrowind was brown, Oblivion was gray, and then Skyrim was dragons.
Yeah, it was so much fun. It's on like every platform ever. That's coming to the Switch too. Portable Skyrim. Holy crap on a cracker. Yes, please.
I couldn't get like I really liked Morrowind just because it was one of the first like open world games I had ever gotten into, and like I desperately tried to get turned into a vampire, and like it did not happen. And then like I came across I came across that dead body in the woods, and I'm just like, did I win the game? Did I find something that no one else has found? I didn't, because I didn't understand how those games work, but I was still really excited.
It's those stupid things from that. Like the Morrowind was great because the first time you walk out of town, unless you do something weird, you should run across that dead body, and on that dead body is a scroll of flight and a letter saying, "I shall take to the skies like an eagle," or whatever. And you're like, he's dead. If you use that scroll, it will throw you so high in the air when you fall back down, you'll die.
It was awesome.
So I'm like, that's the funniest, like most clever. Like, that's what tells you this is the kind of game you're about to play. Best of luck.
It was good, and I still couldn't find and I hated the because I grew up Mortal Kombat-y, so I'm just like fight. So I didn't understand the whole open world concept. Is just because there's fighting dynamics in the game doesn't mean that they're going to be
Yes.
Awesome. You're going to hold your sword like this and be like, where's the rat? Is the rat? Why am I fighting the ceiling? The rat is at my feet now.
Why does the rat have so much golden armor on him? I'll loot the rat. You find a breastplate and gold. What? Why? It's a rat.
Why was a rat?
Why was he carrying that? What did he do? Eat somebody? Nonsensical looting. WTF section. WTF. This half hour of power is really working out really great for us.
I was so. I told Jacob, I was like, I'm gonna shove food in my mouth so I have energy.
I'm glad you did, because we really screwed this one up.
It's cool. I'm not done eating, so I still have food afterwards, but it's healthy food, so. Why? Pictures of the Canadian model often showed her. Wait, who?
Oh. So this is stick a needle in my eye, and I copied all of it because I didn't have a lot of time. So I don't know if any of it is copied right or where it needs to be. There's a Canadian model.
Hold on.
I'm pretty sure that was the first line in the thing.
A model decided to tattoo her eyeball. She's now partially blind and in excruciating pain.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's the first part.
Purple is Kat Gallinger's favorite color. Picture of the Canadian model often showed her sporting purple hair, purple lipsticks, or the purple tinge of her numerous tattoos peeking out from beneath the tank top. Purple hair is legit. I miss my purple hair.
Purple hair is fun.
Oh, this is really sad. So when the already heavily inked Ottawa resident had the opportunity to tattoo her eyeball, a procedure called sclera staining, in don't stain your sclera, in which ink is injected into the white part of the eye, she chose the color purple. Just contacts.
Yeah, contacts. But she doesn't want her iris or her colored part of her eye to be purple. She wants the gnarly white part of her
pictures.
eye. Yeah, I'll go ahead and share them with you guys so you can see
them. Sclera staining can result in a startling tint of the eye, a visual effect that has gained popularity recently among those who practice extreme body modification. So if you didn't have to like puncture my eye and have the potential to this to happen, I would totally do this.
What? You would not. You don't play with your eyes. Your dad would kill you.
That's what I'm saying. Like if I didn't know how like bad this could end up.
It's pretty bad.
I've read an anatomy book, but for Gallinger, something went horribly wrong. Holy ballsack. That's not okay. The day of the procedure, purple ink oozed out of her eye and trickled down a cheek. The next day, the eye was swollen shut and eventually became painfully infected. 3 weeks later, the internal swelling remained, and the doctors told her she was at risk of going permanently blind in the affected eye. She's got a tattoo of a Nintendo controller.
She's got one of them Nintendo controllers on her chest.
So much right now. I hope that you get corn.
You know what's wrong with the boys today? They be playing all that Nintendo.
Nintendo. I hate you so much. Bar's like, oh, she's partially blind, but where's the boob shot?
Yeah, she has boobs. Let me see.
So it's low. It's like right here, and then she's got a sword sticking. You can Stephen will show you a picture, and a sword sticking out of it. It says Hyrule across the top. So I love this chick.
Oh, I'll show her. I forgot I have a job to do.
Yeah.
Where is she? I don't see her other pictures.
It's the.
Oh, right here, where she's actually her eye is drooling purple. Gross.
Yeah, ignore the awful part, but look at her boobs. Gallinger began posting public Facebook updates about her eye to warn others against the procedure. By then, she said she had visited the hospital several times and had been prescribed a slew of antibiotic and steroidal eye drops to reduce inflammation. Her vision in that eye had blurred and showed no signs of improving. That's so depressing. Blech. There were multiple people who can attest that my aftercare was good and that any other part of what I am saying, Gallinger wrote, I'm not sharing this with you to cause trouble. I'm sharing this to warn you to research who you get your procedures by, as well as how the procedure should be done properly. Also, if you're going to have a procedure done that involves your vision or your hearing or your tongue, anything that could, potentially screw you up, do a little bit of research. Look up anatomy books. See how your eyes work. See how your ears work. See how your tongue works. See the vein that runs underneath your tongue, and do just a little bit of research because they're not going to tell you that. Like that's your responsibility.
These sclera tattoos and forked tongue deals. Did you know body modifiers or people who are doing these minor surgeries? ?
Yeah,
they aren't licensed at all. Like none of them. There's no regulatory anything around body mods. Like people who are putting like plastic bits under their forehead to make horns and just putting you remember the Japanese bagel head thing where they've pumped your forehead full of saline and then poke their thumb in it? There's nothing regulating this. You're walking into potentially a tattoo parlor and going, hello, strange body mod artist. I trust that you doing all the right things. And they're like, yes, look at our needle disposal cans and look at our many different syringes that we have wrapped individually. You can trust us. No, you can't. You really can't.
Walking to the mall to get your ears pierced. You can do it, but should you?
You're going into Claire's and they're like, we got a gun.
Charlie's is, I saw a sign when Stephanie and I had our girl date. Charming Charlie is like, ear piercings coming soon. And I'm like, so that, I think it's fine for like the fleshy bits of your ears, but like my cartilage, the piercings I've had done in my cartilage, it shatters, right? Like, so if you use the gun, I'm like, I really wish I would have had that done elsewhere because none of them ever turned out okay.
Oh,
like
yeah.
they've all healed up except for like one.
Yep. I had a buddy, like people who do tongue pierce. Oh, it's just all. I had a buddy who did his lip right there, and pull it out with a pair of pliers, and they just poke a needle through there.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh my God, I wanted my tongue pierced. The only reason I did not get my tongue pierced was because Marky had his pierced. Because like all of my friends had their tongue pierced, and it was so cool, and I loved it. And like they would, Mark would sit and take it and rub it on the back of his teeth.
Ugh.
And so did a little research and found out that like severely people that had the tongue piercings had like there was a huge chance of jacking up your teeth because they would do exactly what Marky did. And just,
oh yeah.
And I'm so obsessed with my teeth that I'm like, you know, I could handle the swollen tongue. I could handle not eating anything for a month. Like I could handle the chance that vessel is hit and I could bleed to death, but I'm not messing up my teeth.
I can tell you, I'm really glad that you didn't get that done because you sounded really weird on the show, being like, "This one time I was down to this place and I got my tongue pierced. Did you know?
Did you know?"
And I'd be like, "I don't think you could be on a podcast, Ashley. This is probably a bad idea."
That's actually true.
Yeah,
I never finished the story. Whatever.
It's fine. I think the rest is just her rambling on about how she's made mistakes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the pictures.
She's so, like, I know audio listeners, this is less than entertaining when it comes to us looking at pictures, but this is so jacked. Her eye looks like somebody shoved purple cotton all around everything.
Yeah, because it's just, like, inflamed. Like, it's not
it's so bad.
Purple around the green.
She, so the deal is she had her boyfriend do it, who is a body modification guy, and he swore up and down that he knew what he was doing, and he was totally capable and all this stuff. And he used a needle too big, went in her eye too deep, did not dilute the ink. They're supposed to dilute the ink pretty heavily in like a saline solution. He didn't do that. So there was multiple things. There have been people who've had their eye removed just because the infection and everything just got too gnarly. She may have to have her eye removed completely. And I think this is irreversible. I don't think there's like it stays in your eye permanently once you have it done. There are people that have done sclera tattoos. Most of the time, the most popular color is black because it makes your eye black and your pupils black, and it makes you look like a freaking alien. Don't do that stuff. If you need to talk to somebody, there is always somebody willing to listen to whatever mental struggle you're going through.
Or contacts. Like, you can change out daily if you want to with the contacts.
Just don't. So there's a thing, like, it's kind of like tattoos. Once you get one, you kind of want another one. You kind of want another one. You kind of want another one. And then people are just covered. And then they're like, I need to tattoo something else. Tattoo my lip, you know. And I don't mean to assume that they're all have some sort of internal struggle going on. But, like, don't mess with your eyes. Don't mess with your eyes. Like, I had a blind grandfather. Don't do that. My dad used to get upset at me for like reading in dim lighting. He's like, your pop would kill you if he saw you reading like this. I was like, oh, I didn't even know it was dark.
Yeah.
You know, if he saw you. I mean, he couldn't see anything, but you know what I mean.
The horror movies use like the needle in the eye trope so often because it's
so unsettling for everybody.
Yeah, like please, I feel so badly for her, and I'm assuming they're not dating anymore.
No, I think they broke up. After this,
I would have ripped his wiener off and made him eat it and be like, is it too deep now, bitch? And Ashley just pull right
over the line.
Goodbye.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Well, thank you guys for joining us for this 30-minute show. We've had a great time. If you want to catch more of this and shorter tidbits, you can follow us. You can favorite our station on Anchor, where we jibber jabber from time to time.
Please do the Anchor because you can like interact and leave comments and stuff. And I'm like dying for because I'll go on and make like little comments, and I want people to respond to me because I'm 4 and I like attention.
I want some call-ins, yo.
Yes, that too. Call in.
Yeah, that's super fun.
Do something.
The app is available on Android and iOS. We'd love for you guys to check it out. It's a lot of fun. You can send your questions, comments, feedback, and hate mail to hnhshow@gmail.com. We love hearing from you guys. It makes us very, very happy. You can download our show everywhere. You know how to get it. I'm not going to tell you how to get it anymore. Come episode 400, I'm just going to be like, we're podcast. Duh. Follow us on Twitter. I'm Steve H&H, and Ashley is Fate Kills, P-H-A-T-E Kills, and the channel is Two Dorks TV, where you'll get notifications every time we go live and all that business. If you would like to tip us, you can go to twodorks.net/tip. You can give us $1 or $2, and we're coming up once again on episode 400.
Oh, I'm so excited! There are surprises.
I'm pretty pumped. I got like one idea I want to talk to you about once we're off the show, and then that's it. But yeah, man, thank you guys so much for hanging with us, listening to a couple stories today. You're the best. We love you. We're going to leave you guys with these words of wisdom from Piotr Kapitsa. This one was much harder to find a sandwich, you know? You like the factoid's electrocution, and then I go, so it's really weird. But I thought it was a little fun. To talk of atomic energy in terms of atomic bombs is like talking of electricity in terms of electric chair. So basically saying to talk about the mechanism that makes the evil possible and making it seem like it's the evil thing itself is wrong. Atomic energy is not an atomic bomb. It's just the thing that makes atomic bombs possible.
Okay, see, I actually had to look at that. Like, I had to look at the quote.
Yeah, you have to read
make sense. Because hearing someone reading it, because I'm such a visual person, I'm just like, what the hell did you just say in Russian?
Yeah, they're just saying that just because something has the capacity for evil, it doesn't always have to be talked about in the context of its evil purpose.
That's actually beautiful.
I know. That's why I thought. I was like, that's actually really neat. So
I'm gonna go watch The Saint now.
Oh, The Saint. That's it doesn't age well. Me and Stephanie watched. I was like, this is terrible.
Oh,
This
really?
is terrible.
Oh,
It's
no, I
terrible.
loved it.
She introduced me to The Saint, and then I listened to the film sack on it afterwards. And like they did it like 2 weeks after I watched it. It was weird. It's like, I've never seen The Saint. You have to watch The Saint. It's the best movie ever. I came out of that going, Stephanie, that may be the worst movie I've ever seen.
Oh no.
It doesn't age like at all.
Oh, what do you call it when it ages well? Does it stick?
Timeless?
Oh, like you're like, does this last or does
Hold water?
Hold? Does it hold? Maybe
does it hold? I don't know.
Yeah. It's your thing. You say it.
Well, then I will say it next week on Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. We'll see you guys next time. Bye. Kangaroo Jack. I totally forgot to record the video. Dagnabbit. So
wait, what happened?
I forgot to hit record on OBS, so it recorded a separate video when we started. So now the YouTube's going to be like 9 minutes of us jibber jabbering before we start the show. I hate when I do that. It's frustrating. Okay. It's like you get the pre-show plus the post-show. You guys, usually it's special. Only people who watch live get the pre-show.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. And the post-show.
I forgot we used to do like post-show hang.
Gosh, we used to hang out for like an hour after we did the show. You remember that?
Yes. Well, that was when we did it a bit earlier too.
We did it at 8 back in the day.
And you didn't have like a child, and I didn't have to paint shit.
Yeah, now it's a whole different thing.
You guys like can see.
You're doing a lot of work.
Woo.
Do you like the color? Did you finish the color?
Yes, it's all the way around. It just doesn't like necessarily look.
You sent pictures of like you sent pictures of you taking pictures of your wall with your phone. I can't speak.
You took pictures of you taking pictures of your phone.
You took pictures of the wall and sent it with your phone, and you can't gauge the color. Like, it's not true to life. So we just have to say, that looks good on the phone, I guess. Maybe it looks good in real life. Painting sucks.
It's so, like, and especially
so
that wall because it's over a void.
Right.
So it's like, everybody gets to go on a tour.
Yeah, let's
just
do it.
Just the Earth. round. Okay.
See, this is the art. Mm-hmm.
This is the. This is.
Uh-oh. You're walking away from the Wi-Fi. You did it. You walked away from the Wi-Fi.
Oh, did it crap out?
Yeah, it pooped. Pooped its pants.
Oh, well. It's fine. That's a fan. This is where I was sitting. These are the floors. And this is, oh, look, that's another light. That's the refrigerator that we moved to paint behind it. That's the void. See that yellow? That's what this whole house was painted.
Oh, was the void color?
That awful yellow.
Yeah, that yellow. It's gross. Sorry, my stuff
was
covered over here.
Painting this wall was really difficult because how do you do it? Magic. Then the rest of the stuff we haven't done anything to.
What did I call this?
I hate painting.
It was I hate painting?
Yes.
Okay, I kind of stole that from you.
Yes.
What is this episode? Hold on, I gotta do all this stuff again. 397, episode 397, I hate painting.
Yes.
All right, and then the year, what year is it? 2017. Genre podcast. That's fine. We'll call it podcast. Set the default. Hit OK. I had to, so all of the default tags and stuff for the file were gone because my hard drive crashed.
Oh, it's so depressing.
Such a butt. It was so frustrating. Like, I was sitting there listening to the morning stream, and it was the one morning I was like, I'm going to call into the morning stream this morning and do the Stump Dunaway segment and try to win a prize. That'll be fun. I'm at home, might as well.
Yeah.
It's coming up about 12:20, and then all of a sudden my computer just goes... Like, it froze, but I could still hear the morning stream. I was like, well, I can still hear audio, so I'm clicking around and nothing's happening. And I'm like, well, this is weird. So I reboot, and it comes back up, no drive detected. And I was like, it didn't even get to like a, Windows loader can't be found or whatever. It's just like,
died.
My BIOS says, I don't see a drive where there was a drive. I'm like, crap. So I pull my computer all the way out, and I reseat the drive. I pull it out, plug it back in, start it back up. Still nothing. That thing died dead as a doornail. This guy right here.
How is that? Like, I need to unpack. Like, I need to find where my hard drive is, so I can back up my computer, because my computer is from 2012, I think. 2011.
Yeah, you need to do it. It's not a if, it's a when. Your hard drive's gonna die. It's just you don't know when it's gonna die. So that's why backups are important. So funny thing is, I have an older drive in there that's still alive. This is a newish one. It's 5 years old. The other one's 7.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this one died a lot faster. But it's cool, man. All the files are in here. I just can't get to them.
That sucks.
They're all dead. So I don't even know. Do you guys know how to flash a solid state drive so I can throw it in the trash? Like, that would be great. Hit me up.
Subject gave us last second bits.
Huh? Oh, he did?
Subject gave us, yeah.
Oh,
Subject,
dude.
thank you.
Thank you, Sub. You're the best.
Sorry,
it's an OCZ VAR. Yeah, take a grinder to it. That's not a bad idea. All right, you guys. Y'all are the best. We're going to get out of here.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I'm going to go take a shower and wash, like, all the gallons of paint off me and off my hair.
Yeah, and we'll see you next week, man. We'll do some Diablo on Tuesday. Maybe.
Yay!
Maybe McFly can join us. If not, we'll miss him again.
He can just play it on my computer.
Me and Dressed will continue killing it.
Hopefully, like, we don't even have furniture. Like, our furniture is still outside in the driveway.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, man.
I might talk him into moving it. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hangs.
Y'all the best. Bye.